Hello friends, welcome back. Today we will explore one more micro niche. I believe you must be familiar with this particular micro niche, but wouldn't have thought this as a potential micro niche for the blogging. So let's get started. The micro niche that we are going to talk today is about perfumes. Uh, the other keyword that we should use in combination with perfume is fragrance because you know the reason. So, perfume gives fragrance, so those technically the tools may not recognize both of them as same, so we need to use that combination. Let's try it out. Perfume or uh, frag fragrance as the combination of keywords. Let's look into the details. So for both these keywords, okay, let's look at the keyword ideas for the combination of both these keywords, fragrance as well as perfume, and see what is the volume for this particular keyword. So what happened is I was actually doing some analysis with respect to the beauty products, and then this has come up accidentally uh, while looking for some search results for something else, and in suggestions actually this website has come with such a low domain authority, domain rating. Then I actually changed my direction and started doing some more deep dive analysis on this particular micro niche. You can see here straight away 750k plus keywords for this particular micro niche. That itself gives an indication how depth and how strong this particular micro niche is. So as we always do, let's start with our five-factor validation. The first validation what we normally look for is difficulty or competition. Let's check it out here. So there is a label something called KD. KD stands for keyword difficulty. Lesser is always better and easier to rank. So for the new website, I normally suggest look for the keywords less than the difficulty less than or equal to 20, which is relatively easy for you to rank. If you go for a higher difficulty keyword, for example, if you pick 50, 60, then being a new website, it may be difficult for you to really outrank the existing websites. That's why always pick the keywords with low competition. You can straight away see about 55k plus keywords are here for keyword difficulty less than 20. That's excellent number, correct? So so that means we have more than enough number of keywords with low difficulty or low competition is the signal that this particular um, data is showing. So the second one is let's apply this 500 and then let's look at the second validation is all about search volume. We also want to check how is the search volume for the low competitive keywords. That's what the validation we need to look for. Looks to be connectivity is very slow today, so we need to have some patience. So you can see one more label here, volume. Volume stands for number of times this particular keyword has been searched on an average per month. That's what it is. For example, if you take Victoria's Secret perfume, it's been searched about a 14k times on an average. So we want to check that there is a decent search volume for the keywords, even though competition is low. That's what the second criteria is all about. So if you see here, already the search volumes are looking pretty good for almost first page has minimum of search volume about nearly 5k plus. That looks very attractive. So the second validation is also true. Third validation is basically scope for content. What it means is when you pick any micro niche, you need to think about how many different blog posts or articles you can publish. You shouldn't run out of topics after publishing 30, 40, then you will not be able to realize real benefits. So you should pick a micro niche that has a potential at least to publish about 100 plus articles, minimum of 100. Then only go for it. Otherwise, with 20 or 30, very rarely you will see success. So what we normally do, we filtered already for keyword difficulty 20, and we also applied another filter here for search traffic of 500. So that means all these keywords are uh, having a keyword difficulty less than 20, that means relatively low competitive, and search volumes, monthly search volumes are more than 500, that means there is a relatively decent search traffic for these keywords. What it means is all these keywords has the potential to rank well if you can produce good quality content. That means most of these keywords can be picked up as a topic. So or that or basically the blog title, that's what it is. So that means now when you apply these two filters, you can straight away see you have about 4,000 plus keywords. That means technically speaking, you have a scope to write about 4,000 articles. So that means the third criteria is also true, it's fulfilled, but normally it won't happen. You will have to discount at least a 50% of keywords as duplicate or irrelevant, because we picked up keyword ideas. So even if you take out 50%, you still have about 2,000 plus keywords. And this being a more of a lot of brands will come into this picture. So you may not go, it may not be ideal or advisable to go for each product, to go and write an article for each product name or each product. You will have to combine the products into for a set of products into a blog or article. So I would actually discount, take out maybe about a even if you consider 90% are basically redundant or not worth, still even if you take a 10% of the keywords also, you have about a 400 plus keywords. So that means easily at least I think 200 topics for sure you should be able to write if you pick this particular micro niche, because with low difficulty and higher search volume, already basically it is showing 4,000 plus keywords. So 200 plus topics for the blogs or articles is very much feasible. So third validation is also true. The fourth validation, where most of micro niches fail, is if, to check if there is any website or blog with low domain rating that's ranking well. So I continue to do my analysis. Then let's look into the site explorer. So the domain website I discovered is here. It is go to fragrance.com. This is what it is, exclusively for the fragrances, and see the website. There is no banner, there is no any kind of a professional look, very basic website that anybody can create with an hour of effort. See this, not even feature images for the blogs, and sidebar hardly the basic sidebar, the default sidebar that comes here. But let's look at the data points related to this particular website. So let's okay, let the results come, and meantime, okay, it has come. So the one attribute I normally look for when I analyze any of the website is something called DR. DR stands for domain rating. So if you are a relatively new website, or if it is not yet branded, not yet established, DR will be low. Higher DR means it's already branded site. Simple example, if you start a new website today, your DR will be 0. But if you check the DR for Facebook's, Microsoft's, or some of these branded sites, you will find them either near 100 or above 90. So that's what it is. So when you are actually trying to look for a reference, you should always look for a reference site that is having a low DR, because when you start tomorrow, you are going to have a low DR. So it is makes sense to compare with another low DR site which is performing well. Now that's what DR is all about. Typically I don't consider, if the DR is more than 20, I normally don't pick that site in my analysis. 15 is the border I normally keep myself, but sometimes if depending on some attributes, maybe a 1 or 2 plus or minus is okay. But here it is DR is 6. 6 is as good as basically very relatively very new site. Now see these two attributes, organic keywords. Organic keywords is nothing but number of different search terms for which this particular website is ranking for. 14k different search terms for which this website is ranking for, and traffic is about a 6k plus. But then you have a value is very high, because the products, the value of this fragrance product is pretty high, and the profits also will be, the commissions also will be high, because some of the fragrances are comes under to luxury items, and luxury items you normally get higher commission. So anyway, the fourth validation that we verified is basically, do we have a reference site with low domain rating but doing pretty good? We already verified, that is also true. Fourth validation also satisfied. Now the last validation is earning potential. We normally check for how much potential this particular micro niche has to earn. So again, in the same data points, if you see something as a last field, this particular label, traffic value. Traffic value is nothing but the earning potential this particular website has on an average per month, if you properly monetize. If you properly monetize this particular website, this site has an earning potential of 7.1k US dollars per month. Got it? So I normally advise, being newbies, don't consider this, because when you say properly monetize means you need to monetize every possible resource, every possible source, traffic, take the best premium ad networks and all those things. So even if you consider, take a very conservative approach, that is a 10% of it. So 10% of 7.1k is 710 US dollars per month. Not bad, that's a decent money for a relatively low DR site. 710 US dollars per month, for me it is a good uh, earnings, good income. So that's why I thought this is basically looking very attractive, and as and when this it attracts more traffic, this should go up. See, one thing you need to notice is, typically when we analyze most of the other micro niches, the traffic, if it goes about a 10,000 or more than 10k 15k, then only you will normally see this kind of value. But here for just 6k traffic also you are able to see 7k plus monthly earnings, because it all depends on how valuable the products are or how competitive. There is something called CPC, cost per click. uh, so this particular segment seems to be having the higher probability. That's why even though traffic is not relatively so high, still the value, the potential earning potential is pretty high. So that means the fifth validation, earning potential, is also we just verified. This particular micro niche seems to be having an excellent earning potential if you can produce a solid, superior, high quality content for low competitive keywords. That's basically the story. You have verified all 5 validations are through perfect micro niche, and just have a final look at the website. By looking at this website itself, you should be convinced, if this kind of a basic design site with just a good content can outperform with such a low DR and showing so high earning potential, then obviously and posts are also not too long. I expect this to be probably maybe how much it is. Let's see how much is the word count. See, just about a thousand words of word count. That's all it is. So for just a blog post of 1,000 1,500 word count, if site is able to perform well with such a basic design, no more doubts on this particular micro niche. All you need to do is select those topics, keywords, with a good analysis, good research, that are that are low in competition, and looking basically the good with respect to the search traffic and all those things. Produce superior, do a good competitor analysis, produce superior, produce good high quality superior content. I'm sure see excellent results. Okay, so that's all for today. Hope you like the content, you like the micro niche. Thank you very much once again for your valuable time. Bye.